Everyone, and welcome to our webinar we are calling Staples Business Advantage Customized Solutions. My name is Dan Craig, and I'm the Vice President of Account Management and our lines of business here at Staples Business Advantage Canada. So I'm going to walk you quickly through a brief agenda, and then I'm going to introduce the team that's going to be talking today about the lines of business before we get into the team and them sharing some success stories and collaborations with some of our customers. Okay, so pretty brief agenda today. This is the welcome. I'm going to talk a little bit about our lines of business to introduce you to those just before we jump into those stories, and then the team will walk you through those collaborations and customized solutions with our customers. And then we'll have we'll obviously finish the presentation, and then we'll have the Q&A that will follow. We'll address through the chat box. So if you have a question, please put your question into the chat box and we'll be sure to address it at the end. Okay, so speaking today, it will be myself. I'm Dan Craig. I introduced myself already as the Vice President of LOB Sales and Account Management. We have Sandra Weiss with us today. She's the Director of Furniture Tech, Print Promo Sales and Strategy. We have Maggie Clark with us today. She's the Senior Manager of Business Essentials Strategy. Mr. Jeffrey Milton, our National Director of Facility Sales and Strategy. And then we have Dave Hickey, a Director of Sales centrally here in Ontario. And then Bill Kemp, our Vice President of Business Development and the Inside Sales Group. Okay, so I wanted to talk briefly about our various lines of business. And like all businesses in Canada, Staples Business Advantage has had sort of unprecedented changes in the last 6 months and challenges, the last 7 months actually. And we have a variety of products and services that we offer to our customers. And each of those businesses have had their unique issues and opportunities. So if I think of our furniture business, we really break our furniture business into two pieces. We have a transactional piece, and then we have a project piece. The transactional piece is the stuff that you would order every day to support your needs in the work environment. Our project piece is all about design solutions and implementation builds within our customers. We call that project furniture. And really, you can imagine in the last 6 months, that business has become more focused on our work from home, sort of learn from home, and what opportunities exist. And you'll see a couple of examples of that today. Our office products business, office products are basically the consumables that you use at work every day, a paper, toner, pens, etc. And clearly, with the number of individuals and businesses that have made some decisions to have a separate, have their employees either working from home temporarily or more permanently, it has negatively impacted our sales in that particular category. And then our facilities business, which includes personal protection equipment, it includes hand sanitizer, it includes, cleaning chemicals, etc., has clearly been in significant growth for us. We have a high demand for those products, and we'll talk a little bit about some of those specific solutions today. Technology is a bit like furniture. We have some project business technology that we do, but clearly that's become more about our work from home and learn from home solutions. And again, we'll talk a bit more about that. And then print and promotional products about our customer logos. That's business has been sort of all over the map. We have some print solutions that are specific to return to work, signage, etc. And we've got a couple of good examples of customer solutions there. So with that, I will hand you over to the team, and I believe Dave Hickey is speaking next.
Good afternoon. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about Canadian Western Bank. We've enjoyed a long-term partnership with Canadian Western Bank, and when the pandemic arrived, over 2,500 employees were suddenly working from home, and we needed to collaborate to equip them with ergonomic furniture as well as technology products. Canadian Western Bank was looking for a solution where each employee could access eWay, our online ordering platform, to place a one-time order from a customized list of chairs, monitors, keyboards, as well as ergonomic items. Our IT department developed a unique login that could be used once by each CWB employee to order from a menu of home office products. As well, an order limit was set per employee to ensure that the program didn't go over budget. Once the ordering process was finalized, Staples Business Advantage proactively sourced the products required for the program and leveraged bulk buys to ensure that the products were in stock, priced competitively, and delivered next day to all CWB employees across Canada. The program was so successful that a second phase is being rolled out in October to support new hires and anyone who missed out on the original offering. Overall, this is a great example of what Staples Business Advantage can do to provide a customized solution for any company trying to support employees working in a home environment. We have another work from home success story I'd like to share with you. A North American customer of ours, one of the world's largest biotech companies, was working through the onset of the pandemic, much like any other business. They'd quickly moved their office-based associates to a home-based working environment, and were looking for ways to support them. Our account manager, Bruce Scott, worked with the customer and their health and safety, as well as their IT lead, who'd expressed an interest in establishing a work from home program that they could ultimately recommend to these newly home-based associates. Our account manager leveraged his internal team, which included furniture specialists, technology specialists, and our customer experience manager, to customize a program that would meet the needs of the customer's key stakeholders. We provided a sample chair for testing to ensure the fit and function met expectations, and ensured that we fully understood how the customer's team envisioned this program from a work from home associate's perspective. With further feedback from the customer, a standards listing was developed that encompassed key items that would be needed in a comprehensive work from home solution: seating, fixed height and adjustable height tables, computer monitors, computer headsets, keyboards, mice, as well as other transactional technology items. A home-based user in this environment would also have access to a variety of our business essentials items as well on eway.ca to ensure their home-based environment was functional and efficient. A custom web-based solution for associate home purchases was also built, featuring easy-to-use shopping lists, images, descriptions, and access to the negotiated offering of products. Following the rollout, we provided delivery updates and ongoing reporting to ensure the customer's team had visibility into adoption rates and delivery details where required. All in all, a custom solution that crossed several departments internally at Staples, but more importantly, provided our customer with a tailored program that now allows their associates to continue to be productive and efficient in a new work environment. Over to you, Sandra.
Thanks, Dave. Lots of great work from home solutions. I know we've put several programs together, and that's just a few of them. It's fantastic. So I want to talk a little bit about our M&M food market and a solution that we came up with for them at the beginning of the pandemic. So M&M Food Market is a food retailer with over 300 stores across Canada, and they were looking for an immediate solution for their payment terminals during the beginning of COVID-19. And so we worked with them to really understand what the terminals were like across Canada, and really, were they the same? Were there a few different models that we needed to look for? And then we started working with our vendor partners to find a quick, efficient solution that we could get to them. And we came up with a customized payment terminal. You see it on the screen today. It's a one-use screen, and then when the user is complete, you take the screen off, and it allows the employee to be safe, it allows their customers to be safe, and we were able to deliver it very, very quickly. And M&M is quite happy with the solution, and we've since shared it with other retailers for them to use as well. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about BC Housing, and BC Housing creates safe and affordable quality housing and shelter spaces to serve the homeless in the BC area. And BC Housing was utilizing arenas across BC for emergency response centers at the beginning of the pandemic. And they were looking for solutions that could be delivered quickly, could be installed and moved quickly, and really from the beginning of finding these arenas and spaces to delivery, we were able to put over 250 bed in several arenas, starting within 2 weeks' time, and worked every other day. We were sending out truckloads to arenas. Sometimes after the truck left, the space that it was going to was changing, but our project management team and our partner Safe Space 24 worked daily with BC Housing to make sure that we could meet their needs. You can see the solution on the screen, and some of the feedback that we got too was ease of flexibility. We were able to keep everyone 6 feet apart, which kept everyone safe. And it gave the community a sense of home and privacy and their own space. So it was just a fantastic solution. We were able to deliver really, really quickly. And we were really excited about our partnership with BC Housing and Safe Space. Over to you, Jeff.
Thank you for that update, Sandra. On the facilities front, we want to talk to you about a couple of different opportunities that we took care of. Staples Business Advantage has been supplying all of the cleaning supplies for over 350 Good Life clubs across Canada for over 5 years. And when I say all the cleaning supplies, I mean the disinfectant sprays used when you're done using a machine, the soaps and conditioners in the showers and washrooms, the tissue and hand towels throughout, as well as the laundry soap used to wash the towels, and the eucalyptus used in the saunas and the steam rooms. But all of that came to a grinding halt for several months when gyms were ordered to close. So while the gyms were closed, the stock was able to be used by other Staples customers, which was good news. It helped them in their businesses. The challenge arose when we had to bring this sleeping giant back to life. Not only did we have to bring it back to life, we needed to help make it better. New rules were in place, cleaning protocols were enhanced, volumes that were required were increased. And we know Good Life is committed to ensure a safe place for people to work out. Their livelihood is depending on it. We worked in collaboration with Good Life, their leadership, our manufacturer partners, to support this reopening. It was an extremely complicated process that involved phases in each province based on the number of COVID cases and the local health departments. Some openings were pushed back, and of course, some were moved forward. But Good Life and Staples, our dedicated teams, worked together to make this all happen. But we all know that the supply chain is tight and was tight. It still is. How do you find product to meet the needs of 350 clubs opening up across the country and coming back online? We leveraged our agile supply chain, our distribution assets to meet the deadlines and increase volumes that were required. We found new products to support the increased levels of disinfection, and yet we sourced some other products that would replace and help them with their new needs. These products weren't being used by everybody, but they would work well for Good Life, which meant that we had sustainable volume available to use at Good Life. As well, we placed orders well in advance for the critical wiping systems that they had started to use just before COVID hit. Good Life retrained their staff, developed new protocols, and together we got every club across the country up and running. While extremely challenging, this endeavor has further strengthened the relationship between Staples Business Advantage and Good Life Fitness, and it's a true example of our commitment to not simply be a distributor of products, but to help our customers become a trusted advisor and a business partner. Another one of our examples, if we could move to the next slide, would be for IKEA. The iconic furniture store is a customer of Staples Business Advantage in Canada and the United States. When our Canadian sales team was meeting with them to discuss opportunities in the Jansan or facility side of the business, they mentioned that their current supplier or suppliers were continually increasing pricing. Supply was inconsistent, and that led, of course, to inconsistency across the country, topped off with delivery issues. So our IKEA strategic account leader and facility specialist met with the multiple departments at IKEA to understand the needs. Departments like category management, the sustainability team, store operations, and the facility management team. As well, we learned from the programs that our US Staples sales team had put in place with IKEA in the US. Focusing on IKEA's sustainability goals and our ability to drive compliancy across the country, this resulted in a program that reduced the number of vendors, resulted in fewer trucks making deliveries to stores, and provided a safer environment for staff and customers. The story, of course, has a twist. We had just begun to install new soap and sanitizer and manual paper towel dispensers when COVID concerns started to surface. IKEA had chosen an FSC roll towel with 30% recycled content, which met all of their sustainability needs. But in some locations, they did have some of those nasty hand dryers. Looking at recommendations from Health Canada, and to be prudent, they stopped the install. We worked with them to find a fully automatic hand towel dispenser, and we removed those nasty hand dryers. The result was the supply and install of soap and sanitizer, hand towel dispensers at 19 locations across Canada, as well as the ongoing supply of garbage bags and degreaser, all while meeting and surpassing the sustainability requirements that IKEA has. With that, I'll turn it over to Maggie.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm certainly impressed hearing all these great stories. I'm going to talk about our Learn from Home solutions. So at the start of the pandemic, when schools were shutting down, there was a panic to get technology in the hands of students so that remote learning could take place. And most school boards across the country deployed their device fleets to students. However, there were many students that didn't even have access to the internet, let alone having a device. The numbers are staggering in this country, and it was a real eye-opener for me to learn that 17 to 25% of Canada's 5.5 million students come from food insecure homes and would be negatively impacted by remote learning or learn from home. Not only do a lot of these students rely on breakfast clubs and hot lunch programs, but they also rely on the tools needed to complete their learning. Being physically away from the school, they wouldn't have access to the basic supplies needed to complete and or participate fully while learning from home. The first kits we did was through the Department of Education of one province, who were made aware of this need by a teacher. We supplied the products and bags for over 5,000 kits, and the province had a few social service groups build the kits. These kits were in a market that we don't currently do a lot of business in school boards. So we had to pull together inventory from all of our fulfillment centers across the country to make this happen. We then worked with a couple of school boards to do similar kits, although this time our associates built the kits and we delivered them directly to the students' homes. Originally, we thought there would be around 2,200 kits, but it ended up being closer to 3,500. All of these kits happened in the spring to get students through to the end of the last school year. Items in the kits varied by age and grade and customer, but mostly consisted of things like pens, pencils, pencil sharpeners, crayons, markers, construction paper, glue sticks, and things like that. The cool thing was that if there was a family with more than one student, each student received their very own kit. As we've prepared for a return to school in September, we were approached by a couple more school boards to provide kits for their entire student population. The classroom has changed. Gone are the days where students are able to share scissors or markers or crayons or glue sticks. So every student needed to have their own private supply. So these school boards took it upon themselves to arm every student with their very own supply kit. What peace of mind for the students and parents that the school board is looking out for them like this. In total, I think we have done close to 50,000 kits so far, and I'm so proud that Staples Business Advantage was part of this story. Bill, I'll pass it off to you.
Thanks a lot, Maggie. So this example I'm going to share today is more specific to a pandemic PPE solution, which is a personal protective equipment. During the early stages of the pandemic, our business development team contacted Durward Jones Barkwell to discuss their needs as it relates to the pandemic. In meeting with them, we learned that they did not have a centralized buying process for all of the 3 locations, and they were free to buy where they wanted to, whatever products they wanted at any cost. They were also in need of many different PPE products that they required to support their continued operations. Further to meeting with them, we put forth a proposal, and it was determined at that time that given the pandemic and the buying influences, decided that now is not the time to make a change due to the uncertainty in the market. However, through demonstrating our vast PPE offering that Staples Business Advantage has to offer, our specialized approach through our lines of business and the value our team brings, Durward Jones Barkwell decided to move forward with Staples Business Advantage. We jointly developed a return to office strategy and program that encompasses everything from not only their PPE products, but to their business essentials, etc., for all of the 3 locations. They now have a centralized buying process that drives reduced costs, better service, and control. We turned now is the not right time into we can't afford to wait any longer. This is one of the many examples where Staples Business Advantage has provided a diversified solution despite challenging times. This is also just one example of where we've helped not only our non-customers, being that of prospects, and our existing customers to find solutions as it relates to their facility products or their PPE products. If you would like to learn more, please feel free to ask in the chat box, and we'd be happy to further discuss a program for you. The next example I'm going to talk about is Cisco Canada, and this is a work from home solution where through our partnership with Cisco Canada, it was identified during the onset of the pandemic that they needed support in transitioning from an office to a work from home environment due to the office closures. As the length of time required to work from home became more apparent, our inside sales team and our furniture team began working with Cisco to develop a solution to transition their employees from to a work from home environment that was safe, cost effective, and most importantly, timely. Leveraging the Staples Business Advantage in-stock furniture guide, Cisco Canada was extremely satisfied with the solution that was jointly developed. Ordering products in our in-stock furniture guide were made available to Cisco at a cost-effective and timely manner. The program continues to gain momentum, with most recently a standardized chair program for all of their associates. This is one of the many examples where Staples Business Advantage has partnered with our customers to successfully develop a customized work from home solution. And with that, I will pass it over to Sandra.
Thanks, Bill. It's just great to listen to these stories again. I know I'm familiar with them, but over and over you hear about partnership and listening to our customers and the needs that they had as this pandemic started and then continued, and we realized things were going to be longer term. So it's great to hear those stories again. I'm going to share another story. This one's a healthcare information center on the East Coast, and they provide quality information to healthcare professionals, the public, researchers, and healthcare system decision makers. The center supports regional health authorities as well as the patients and communities that they serve in the delivery of information technology, e-health services applied to the healthcare system and to provide quality care. And they actually had a couple needs. One for their employees that needed to quickly move from home and be able to effectively communicate, and they needed several headsets. You've kind of heard a reoccurring theme here today of, there was some challenges in getting some of these products and back orders and securing inventory. And we also had, some of our competitors looking at solutions as well. But because of our partnership with the customer and the work of our merchandising and selling team, we were able to provide several headsets so that their employees could continue to work on the important work that they were doing. At the same time, the people that were in the hospital were no longer allowed to have visitors, and they were sick and they didn't have ways to communicate. So again, very quickly, we needed to provide a solution, and our teams were able to secure iPads so that the patients were able to then communicate with their customers and just providing that level of care and support. So great job to the team. And next we have, thank you.
Okay, so it's Dan Craig back here, and thank you, Sandra, and thanks to all the presenters here. I'm hoping that everybody who attended today got a sense of the breadth of the our organization and the breadth of the customer unique issues and opportunities, and some unique solutions. We called this Customized Solutions webinar today because I think there's a wide spectrum of I would call them specialists in our organization that are ready and willing to help. So, and I do want to thank everybody who participated today. Time is precious, and attended the session this afternoon. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.